I introduced myself,
Yeah.
and then you introduced. You're like, "Wait, can I ask you a question?"
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Earlier we were listening to some playback, and I was just wondering, like, do you ever listen to yourself and hate the sound of your voice?
I do.
Because I hate the
That
sound of your voice.
ruby red upon your pout. Let all our little secrets out. Got those loose lips speaking fast. A reputation built to last. With that dangerous allure and a single glance, it's a sweet romance. Loose lips and lipstick. Loose lips and lipstick. Lips and lipstick. Loose lips and lipstick.
Hello.
Hi.
It's us again, episode 2.
Ooh, it's me, Vanity.
And it's me, Kennedy and Scott. Well, welcome to Loose Lips.
And lipstick.
We're here for another intriguing episode. I can't wait. Hi, gal. How you been?
I've been good. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I just feel like I just saw you.
Yeah, like 2 days ago. 2
Ta-da.
days ago. Da-da.
And you're still in that same look.
Well, you know what they say. You can put pig on a lipstick, but it's still a pig.
God.
Nope, that's not it at all.
Never heard that saying before.
You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. Oink, oink, bitch.
Why don't you say that to Miss Piggy's face, you bitch?
I have her tattooed right here.
I know, it's so cute.
Thank you.
I love it. I never got tattoos.
Well, you're an educator.
Well, but a lot of educators do have them, you know, as long as they, and some are like, you can be seen, you know, but I've always been terrified of needles.
Really?
Yeah, so I just never, I mean, I don't know the pain, if there's a lot of pain with it.
It depends on where you get it, and they'll
Okay.
tell you that, but I'm going to tell you this, they're all liars. They're all liars because they'll tell you, oh, this place doesn't hurt, but this does, and I'm like, that is bullcrap. I have never been in so much pain when I had this one.
So is it pain tolerance, I guess?
I think it's pain tolerance, but I also think it depends on like your muscle fat ratio. I'm sure there's something scientifical that I'm so stupid and would never understand.
I love scientifical.
yeah.
Dr. Vanity.
Doctor, that'll be something that we'll never say.
I just said it.
Oh.
So it'll never
My
be
parents
said
are
again.
proud now.
It'll never, yeah.
My parents are proud now. She's a doctor.
She's a doctor.
She's a doctor.
She's a doctor of something, honey.
You know, my parents named me Hunter. Well, I'm not doing that.
Oh, what's your middle name?
Hunter.
Oh. God. Oh, I'm so glad we went on this journey so I can learn more about you.
me.
Yeah, my middle name is Wilson.
Wilson. Like the volleyball character from
Yes.
Castaway.
Or Mr. Wilson.
What's that from?
Dennis the Menace.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But it was my grandfather's middle name and my uncle's middle name, and I'm like, oh, and you just thought I should have that middle name? Gross.
I have 4 names.
Say them all.
No.
No.
No, not here. I will let you in on one of them, and it's Bert.
Bert?
Bert.
God.
It was my grandmother's maiden name.
Oh, I love that though.
So when my mom would get really frustrated with me, she'd be like, Bertie! Never called me that until I was like in big, big trouble.
Oh my God. Now I know when you're on stage and you're
You
not.
start screaming that at me, I will linebacker off the stage.
Woo, woo, woo.
Girl, it'll
You know
be
who
the
else is
Special
linebackered
Olympics.
off that stage? I'm just kidding. Sorry, y'all. We're having some testicle difficulties here at the Crossdresser for Christ Studios. That was so funny.
It was so funny.
I don't know what that was.
I think it was something over there.
It was
My composter.
oh,
Composter. That's what I call my dump truck too.
it composts everything.
Everything.
I love that.
Smush, smush.
Well, welcome to another episode of Loose Lips.
And lipstick.
And we're going to give this another shot because we want to jump into our topic today.
Yes.
Vanity,
I'm excited about this one.
what do you want? How about you introduce it?
Okay, I'm excited about this topic because I think it's going to be a very eye-opening topic, but we're going to talk about the difference between the drag you see on RuPaul's Drag Race or television compared to what you get in your local scenes, which are heavily important. So,
You always support local
always
queens.
support your local queens.
And kings.
And kings, of course. Gosh, I can't believe local entertainers.
Yes.
Always support your local entertainers. So
And if you're not being a good person.
I'll get my bread knife out.
Yeah. That bread knife is coming, baby. It's serrated.
It's gonna just make an appearance every episode. The
I
bread
love
knife.
this.
So, you know, I think my biggest point with this topic at hand is the expectation level that some people have, you know, especially since, let's just say Drag Race has really taken off and has become a huge success. Awesome. I love that. But, you know, these girls, it's not uncommon for these girls to spend thousands of dollars, and I'm talking thousands of dollars just to get to the show. And I think sometimes patrons and stuff, they watch the show, and especially if they've never been to like a local drag show before, and then they walk in and you can almost kind of feel their disappointment. And that's so disheartening.
I agree.
Because what people don't understand is like a lot of clubs and stuff, they don't have the budget and stuff to really pay a livable wage, but also a wage that can also support giving back into your drag, because makeup is expensive.
So expensive.
Tights have gotten outrageous. $32, if not $35 by this point, for fishnets alone.
I know.
Per pair.
It's crazy, and I'm one of the performers that I'm lucky now. Like when I first started, I did pantyhose, fishnets, all of those. But then I was like, no, I really do like my legs, and like I really have pretty legs. So I was like, why am I spending all this money to cover up something that I actually enjoy about my body?
myself, yeah.
So then I just kind of got out of it. So I haven't had to buy pantyhose or fishnets really probably in at least 10 years.
Yeah. Well, and then, you know, it's, to talk about that topic specifically, you know, there's been several people that have been like, well, just buy cheaper tights, buy cheaper. And yes, while that's a quick fix, the thing that people don't realize is if I pay $32 for one pair of fishnets from Capezio, those are probably going to last me months, depending on how I treat them, like how I behave in them. You know, accidents happen, XYZ, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if I get a pair of the little $6.99 leg avenues, those are
Yeah.
only going to last me 1 to 2 shows because they're not quality made.
For
so,
sure.
therefore, I'm having to buy more of the $6.99 leg avenues, so I might as well
Yeah.
just buy the $32 pair that's going to last me longer.
For sure.
So there's some drag logic for y'all.
There is,
So-
and you know, I have my butt pads that I've had for a long time, and I've had to re-sew them together because they don't make them anymore.
Right.
And I am so terrified of, because I've really like got my hips and my butt to a science because I don't wear pantyhose
Yes.
to cover all that.
Yes.
And so like finding these things too, and finding the things that you've worked with for so long, it's like they don't make the same things
They don't.
anymore. So it's really an expensive art, even without going on television.
Correct.
Of everything. And especially, I feel like we're both kind of perfectionists in our art.
Yes.
And I don't want to just give something sloppy. Like, I mean, there is a routine for sloppy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really want to be put together, especially since I don't use the full body pads like other queens do. I have
Correct.
to find things that fit,
Fit.
my motif of using my bare legs.
I love that word, motif.
Motif. It's good. But also going back to what you were saying was like the people being like disappointed when they walk into, you know, and again, I love RuPaul. I love the show. I am a fan of the show. I've seen every season. I've seen every country. Like, I really do love it. I do feel like it's not really for gay people anymore, and that kind of avenue. But what I've also kind of come to realize is that when people come to the clubs and all that, you know, they now think that they are experts in drag, but you're really still just a fan of a television show. And unless you do drag a good percentage of the time, and I'm not talking about just Halloween or a fun party, but like you really do drag, then you really don't know all the ins and outs. And again, I've done this for a long time, and I still learn new
I'm
tricks
learning
every
something
day.
every day.
Yes, every
Every
day.
day.
And so I don't know everything, but I do know that there's a lot of people that are now experts, and I feel like the show has now kind of morphed into everybody expecting us to be rich and nice instead of what drag queens are, was poor and bitchy.
Yeah. Poor and bitchy with hurt toes and probably a cocaine addiction that they don't aware, you know, like
We're not aware of,
that
but
we're not aware
here it
of,
is.
but we have one, I guess. No, absolutely. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said something, and I kind of want to say something slightly controversial. You said, like, you love RuPaul.
Yeah.
And I love the thought
Yes.
of the television show, but I think that it has I think it's a bittersweet thing for me. It's amazing that it's brought drag to such a forefront.
Yes.
And it's allowed amazing entertainers across the world really kind of just shoot into stardom overnight, and I think that's wonderful. However, I think it's ruined drag.
You know, I will agree. I will definitely agree with you on that.
I think it's ruined drag, and I think like I about to say, or like I did say, it's allowed a lot of entertainers to get shot to stardom, but there's a lot of entertainers that, because at the end of the day, it's a reality show.
Yes.
There's a lot of entertainers that are amazing entertainers, amazing, like, crafty, ingenuitive, brilliant fucking minds.
And we work with them.
But because maybe they don't fit a narrative of what is quote unquote reality show.
Yes.
I think it's all scripted anyways, but a reality show, they don't never see the light of day.
Yes, agree. And we work with a lot of talented people in this city. We have so much talent. And what's really crazy too is that the South and Nashville and even more deeper into like Atlanta and Florida and all that, we are such a different drag aesthetic than the Northeast or even the Northwest.
Yeah.
And how we all have like this different aesthetic that kind of you don't really get to see on television either.
Yeah.
And like, because I feel like a lot of those girls go on and they censor themselves, and I'm like, girl, I saw you in the bar before you went on the show.
Yep.
And you were fun and messy, which is what a lot of us are.
Right.
We're fun and messy.
But then they become part of the show, and sometimes I feel like they have to rein it in.
Yeah.
To keep a professional, which I think that's wonderful. I won't mention any names, but we recently had a Rue girl a couple months ago, and she came in, and I kind of had the feeling that she was gonna be. I don't want to say. There's a difference between the term messy and being a mess.
Yes.
She was being a mess. Not being messy, she was just being a mess. And what I mean by that is like she embodied the feral raccoon aesthetic of being a mess.
Love that.
And it was done like you just know she's a good time gal.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's being messy where you're sloppy, you're drunk, you're a bitch, that's being messy.
Yes.
So I love it when a girl can be a mess with me backstage. And let me tell you what, that queen, she was a mess and I fucking lived.
And I love that. And all the gays right now, they're scrolling back through all the flyers. Like, who was it months ago?
They're trying to figure it out. And I'm going to tell you what,
you're not going to figure it out.
Unless you were one of the locals who was probably there that night, and then you could probably figure it out.
Yes.
But
oh Lord.
Yeah. It was
But
a good
I
time.
love that. I love a good messy Bessie.
Yeah.
Like one that can hang and I think the thing about local drag for sure, or all drag art is, when you're local and you are in the scene and local things, you're in on the joke. Like as a drag queen, we all have these inside jokes. The real show is the dressing room.
oh my God, I say that all the time.
That's the real show.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the dressing room. And we're never going to mention names unless it's really like part of the story. But like I have to say one queen that I love listening to her stories over and over in a dressing room. And she has such good stories.
I already know what you're about to say.
Miss Kitty Kid Cave.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. The legend that she
Yes.
is. Honey, she puts the tuck in Kentucky. And I always, whenever I announce her to the stage, I always say she's my fairy godbottom.
Perfect.
Because she is going to hate me for saying this, but she is like a mother to me.
Yeah.
And an auntie. She does it. She never reveals that age, honey.
Yeah.
But she is just, the stories that she has is like, and you would never expect it to come from her. She's just a fun time gal, and I love her to death. But she is one of my most favorite people to work with.
Yeah.
in our scene in Nashville.
I love that. I've not gotten the chance to really work that close. I feel so bad, girl. I have to tell you this. Oh my gosh.
Alrighty.
And for our listeners, I'm a terrible person. I have an outfit I was supposed to make her 7 years ago.
Oh my God.
And I still have the fabric in my drag room. And every time I go in there, I'm like, it's a simple caftan. It's the easiest thing. I could make it literally in 10 minutes. And it just sits there and sits there and sits there.
Oh my God.
And I've got to make it, because every time I see her, every once in a while she'll go, "Where's my costume?" And I'm like, "Miss Kitty, I'm sorry, I'll get it to you by
Oh my
next
God.
by next gospel night. I'll get it to you." And
I
she'll
hope
be
to God
like,
you make me a
"Okay,
caftan.
girl." There at one point, I was making them for everybody. I was like, "You get a caftan. You get a caftan."
Oh
but
my
yeah,
God.
I still have a costume of hers that I have to
Oh my
make.
gosh. Well, now, Kitty, get on her.
Get on her.
Get on her, girl.
But yeah, I was gonna say I never really got the chance to work. Or I said that like she's like past. I've not had the chance yet to get to work with her in such close encounters,
Yeah.
except for just like conversation. Oh, producer Bishop is making me cackle.
I know.
Oh, God.
Honey. We love him.
Yeah.
Look at him. We can get him to cackle at least.
Oh gosh, bless it.
Bless it. But yeah, I guess going back to we get off on our tangents.
We do,
and
we
I
do.
love it
We
though.
have to wrangle ourselves
I
in.
love it. We'll wrangle ourselves in. But I would also say, kind of things that I've noticed, what, you're always going to get, on television, you're going to get one side of a person. And I feel like when you go to our local shows, you're going to get a multifaceted side.
Yeah.
Of just a lot of queens in general. But the question that I always get annoyed with sometimes is because the people will always come in and they'll be like, "Oh, I loved your show. Have you tried out for RuPaul's Drag Race yet?"
Like it's the no, I'll be
Like, yeah,
like it's the ending.
And I'm like, "No, I haven't." I was like, and I think it shocks people when I'm like, and I think this is a scary word to a lot of people, is content.
yeah.
I'm really happy doing my thing.
Well, no, absolutely. We and I'll say her name because it's not gonna. But we just had Mia Starr.
Yeah.
From this past season of Drag Race, and she was backstage, and I was making her laugh, and we were having a good time. She was one of those good time gals. We were kikiing, whatever, and I had her rolling all night long, like just being funny and stupid. Finally, she turns to me. She goes, "Why haven't you made it on the show yet?"
Yeah.
And I kind of just looked at her, and I was like, "Well, they just have never really." Like, I've auditioned. I've had a producer come and watch me specifically to, like, quote-unquote scout. But I turn in the videos, and then it's just radio silence.
Yeah.
And then I got to really thinking about kind of, like, how it works. Being in the scene, and, you get to have conversation with the Ru girls, and you get tidbits of information. And it kind of puts a lot of things in perspective. One of them being, like, I have seen girls from my own bar go and get on Drag Race and do amazing things.
Yeah.
But then I think if you're not that right person, and it's not just girls from my own bar, it's girls in general, if you're not that right person, if you just weren't the fan favorite or that presented as exciting as, your gigs plummet.
Yeah.
And why would I want to give up a very consistent paycheck,
Yeah.
a very consistent gig? I work nonstop.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteed XYZ amount by the end of the week. Why would I want to give that up for 2 months of thousands of dollar bookings and then potentially have no gigs, no bookings, no nothing? That's a scary proposition for me.
No, I can agree with that. Like,
Also,
that is scary.
I don't want to necessarily know if I want to be on television anymore because I'm the loose lips of this podcast.
Yeah.
And like I said last episode, I want to get canceled or fired, but I'm afraid that's exactly what's going to happen is I would get canceled or fired because I have no filter.
No, but I will also, knowing you for so long, I've never known you to say something that is, one, like you're trying to hurt someone's feelings, and two, that there's not realness behind it.
Yeah.
Like you're not harsh in the way of being harsh just to be harsh, but you are honest and open, and I think that's an appreciative thing. And I think people actually getting to know you more through this is going to be really great because I feel like sometimes going into where you work at Play and stuff, you're up on a stage and you're elevated and you almost seem untouchable. And to a certain degree, especially when I hand my dollars up and I'm like, please.
And it's not that I don't want your dollar, I just don't want your dollar.
Well, it was in my breast.
A shoo.
Yeah, shoo. You're like, thanks, girl.
No, that wasn't a question.
But like, I think like I think sometimes a stage, like even at Lipstick, we're really lofted up, but I utilize the floor because it's easier
Well, that's why-
at my bar to use the floor. Yeah.
Well, and that's why I'm such a drunkard, is because I go out to the bar to mingle, because I'm aware
Yeah.
that it is kind of like a pedestal aspect from, the audience perspective. So
Yeah.
you have to make yourself at least appear humble, right?
For
So
sure.
I-
You got to be kind of a people's queen.
Kind of. So, I'll go and I'll wave to the children and I'll kiss the babies, and then, I get drunk and then I go backstage and I'm a monster.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm afraid I'm going to get canceled, because thank God there's not a reality show backstage, because I would have been fired on day one.
God, but you would have left an impression.
I would have left Miss Vanjie.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, if you did go on the show, what would be your opening tagline or your tagline as you left the stage?
I think, if you would have asked me this like 2 years ago, I would have had everything written out and planned for you. I think it would be one of those things. I always work better on the spot.
Yes.
So it'd probably just be something really dumb that I came up with and had made no sense. Like, wow, I'm a raccoon. Like something really stupid and like.
I have thought about this for a long time, just because.
I can't wait to hear this.
But
I want a
saying
good
this,
laugh
you know
today.
someone's going to take it, because in drag, when we see good ideas, we take them. That's just how. But
We can bleep it out though.
no, I want people to know, because it was my idea first. I'm just kidding. But so, do you remember the Lizzie McGuire movie?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember? I think also.
Don't tell me you're gonna come in and go sing for me, Paolo.
No, but
Damn
that
it.
would be hilarious. Sing for me, Paolo. So when she's doing the entourage of all of the fashion,
Yes.
and she has the igloo dress.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
want to come in the igloo dress, and I want to walk. And as I walk in, I don't always dress as a frigid bitch, but when I do, I try not to look so constipated, and then look at the other girls in the room.
Girl, what in the Real Housewives? Like, you're just holding an ice cube like this.
Yes, it's my little purse.
It's your purse, just a block of ice.
Because you know I love a clutch. But that, and then when I leave, I just want to like go to the backstage and go, well, shit.
Well,
and then just leave.
well, tarnations.
Well, because we wouldn't get to say shit, I guess, because they
Why?
bleep it. Because isn't it like you can't say that or they get fined? I think so. I think shit's like.
Well, and then that's the other reason why I don't want to go on television. Girl, I would be.
everything you be bleeping, like, what did she really say?
It would just be beep, 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 beep. And then finally, by end of episode 1, they're going to be like, okay, so we're going to have to refer the fines to you.
You're like, wait, I paid to get on this show.
I'm going to be like, this is the biggest tab I've ever had. Who do I make the check out to? Yeah. It's going to bounce.
All right. God. I'm going to
World
say
of
at
wonder.
least 14 more, so can we...
Can I just prorate this?
prorate this? Oh my gosh. But I've always thought about like my tagline of walking in, and I've always wanted that dress. I need someone to help me make it, because I have it in my brain, but I don't know what material I really want to make it out of.
We'll talk about that afterward.
Okay, thank you.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, ideas. Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding,
look
ding,
at the
ding,
time. We're gonna have to. No, I'm kidding.
Time for a break.
Yeah. But I really think, what would you? I feel like, do you think that is the ultimate goal of drag now, or do you still think the drag scene is still localized?
I think just because we do have a lot of younger entertainers on our cast currently, I definitely know that is their know all be all. That's their goal, is to get on the show, and whatever may have you. And I think that's a wonderful goal to have.
I think so too.
But I also think that it's important as local entertainers that we have some sort of solidification elsewhere.
Yes.
Either prior or after. So.
Well, I also think there's something to say about like being a big fish in a little pond. And then when you go to something like that, you're a little fish in an ocean.
A fucking huge ocean.
Yeah. And I think setting those goals is so good. Like, if that is what you want, I want you to have that.
Have the ambition. Stay with the determination. Do it. Pursue it.
Exactly. Yeah. But know that if something like that doesn't work out, you're going to have something to fall back on. And your local fans are always going to be there for you.
Well, and my biggest concern, especially with some of the younger entertainers, is, I've had a lot of amazing opportunities just in my life, in the industry of entertainment, I've been part of, television shows and music videos and, movie auditions and stuff like that. I've seen a lot and done a lot. And I'm afraid that some of these younger minded entertainers, they're thinking that the show is going to work one way, but they don't know the ins and outs of how producing a show or how television actually works. And so when they get there, this is where the gag is. They get disappointed or they feel let down or they get in their head. Yeah. And then they sabotage themselves, which makes great television.
Oh, it does.
So that's why they didn't want me on the show. I was too knowledgeable.
I agree.
I knew too much.
But also, like, you going on that show, you'd be like, you'd be like, Kennedy and who? You'd be like, I don't talk to that bitch
Well,
anymore.
it's funny because me and, I'll say her name, Vidalia and Gentry, we were auditioning at the same time. And we made a pact that and I don't know if she'll remember this, but we talked about it and we were like, we're going to go on the show and they're going to try and pit us against each other. And if they do, we're going to play right the fuck into it. But we're going to know as soon as we leave, we're going to be besties.
Yes, for sure. But that's the thing about, I've filmed some reality TV before, and if they don't like something, the cameras are going to tell you, we're going to do this. Like, I remember I was on a television show and they came into Lipstick and we were playing bingo. It was people walking in to play, and they were like, okay, you're going to greet them at the door and seat them. And I'm like, no, I'm a drag queen. Like, I'm not a hostess. And they're like, well, that's what we want. And so, like, greeted them at the door. I was a hostess.
And that's what I'm saying. When you do television work like that, I think some people don't realize, and I'm not going to say that they're stupid, but I think people don't realize that. And what gagged me was the first time I was a part of something like that. I did something just out of reaction, and they were like, that was great, we're going to do that again, but I'm going to get you from this angle. And then you really learn really quickly how good of an actress you are or not, because you have to make it look effortless again. Yeah. And that was the first time that it clicked with me, and I was like, aha, really? It's just, you're an object behind a camera, and they are going to just... grab your ankles.
Oh, for sure.
Grab your ankles and get ready.
Yeah.
So.
And if they don't like it, they're going to let you know.
Yeah, they're going to let you know, and they're going to redirect you.
Yeah. And I think that's cool of our experience, too, of being in our community, is that we have also gotten these opportunities to be on television shows, movies. Like, you and I both have had those opportunities. So we've seen ins and outs of what drag is on screen and just at our favorite local bars. And I like them both. Don't get me wrong. Again, I am a fan of the television show.
Yes.
I like the idea, the concept, but I also know myself, and I think that helps me, that I know who I am as a performer, and that what I do want and what I don't want, and I don't need to go on that show to be validated. Yeah. I used
to want that.
Which I think is fine.
I wanted that validation from the masses like that. But then really what kind of started the stifling of that thought process was for me was really seeing how the fandom got. Yeah. We have fans in our local bars and they're lovely, whatever, and they might go to bat for you, or they might, they might stand up for you or whatever, but they're not threatening death and like... No. The fandom just got too much, and I was like, heaven forbid I send everybody on my season home, and then I'm the bad guy.
Right? But you got that check.
But I'm the bad guy.
But true.
You know what I'm saying? Like...
But I also think, like, if where I am today and why I'm so successful is, I work at the lesbian bar, Lipstick Lounge, and my lesbians... And I always call myself the gatekeeper of the lesbians of East Nashville, because without these amazing women behind me and with me and like just making the work environment even better, I would be nobody. I would not be the Kennedy Ann that you see in front of you today.
Exactly, because a lot of people don't know this because they only know me from like my play days. Yeah. But I started out in a lesbian bar, a predominantly lesbian bar. Let me say that. A predominantly lesbian bar. And so I was raised by drag kings. Yeah. So that's why, like, you're the keeper of the lesbians, I'm the keeper of the kings. Yeah. And we need those. I'm the king's queen, is what they say. So.
And we need more kings.
We do need more kings. So, fellas, if y'all are listening, we need more kings in Nashville.
Yeah. You can join us by signing up at
www.fuck.com.
But yes, I would just say, like, local bars, you have to support your local bars first
Yes.
and foremost, because that is the backbone of the community. And I say this all the time: drag queens, drag kings, we've been at the forefront of the fight along with our trans brothers and sisters
Yes.
since the beginning.
Yes.
And we put ourselves out here, even though a lot of people are like, well, I just do drag because it's fun. And
That's wonderful.
And that's great. But no matter if you're having fun on stage or not, it is political. Because what you're wearing is a statement. Whether you see it like that or not, people see you like that. And so it is political.
Well, so that's a great point, though, to talk about that. Do you feel like since the show has kind of grown to what it is, do you honestly feel like the crowd is aware of that? Or do you think that that portion of drag has maybe gone out the window now? And so now people just see it as like, they understand it's an art form, but they don't understand why it's an art form.
Yes. That point right there. I think people, well, again, if you don't actually pay attention to history, you don't understand your history. And I don't think a lot of the younger generation is like putting themselves into the history of drag and why we have it now. And it's not their fault, because they don't have to. Yes. And I do also feel like now it's weird to say, because again, I've done this for 18 years, to think that I'm now kind of in the older
I know, it's crazy.
generation of drag queens, because I'm still in that where you didn't have social media as a drag artist starting out.
Yeah.
Like, it was flyers, it was telling your friends, hey, I have a show, be here.
Yeah.
You know, amateur shows, all that, getting my start, to now being able to promote all the time until, and I always tell people, promote until it's annoying, because people will show up. But they haven't had to really stress themselves out and learn the history as much as we had to, because I feel like even though it is become more mainstreamed, it's become easier for them to identify and easier for themselves to become their drag artist form, where we kind of had to fight a little bit to be accepted more.
Yeah, I mean, and really, in all honesty, it sounds like we're sounding like old bitter biddies.
Yeah.
But we're really not. That's the whole point to this podcast, is to really kind of discuss how drag has changed so much, and really the newer generation, they do have it a lot easier, and thank goodness for them, because I wouldn't want some of the girls to. I don't think some of these girls could survive the things that I've had to.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, and it might make it sound like, oh my God, I've been, hate crime and stuff. It's nothing that serious, but just the backstage chatter, the way people spoke to you.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore.
No.
And I think that it's wonderful, but also sometimes I do get a little like Schadenfreude in me, and I want to be like, no, I'm going to speak to you like an old lady spoke to me.
Yeah, or like, you guys have a dressing room to get ready on? Like, we had to take over a bathroom. Or one time at a show, I had to get dressed out of my trunk of my car in the parking lot.
Fun fact, the little lesbian adjacent bar that I grew up at, where I first started, they got us in a bathroom, and the bathroom was literally like this little cubicle that I'm sitting in currently.
Yeah.
And there was 6 bitches. 6 bitches.
Honey.
Me and my husband at the time, we would go get dressed in the car. We got dressed in the snow. We got dressed in the rain.
Yeah.
She had a little CRV. She'd pop that trunk door open, and we just take cover and just get changed. Mind you, patrons are coming in and out of the back of that bar, and they're seeing my underoos. They're seeing my big ol' boobs. You just had to do what you had to do.
You did.
So.
And I think that's another thing of like, thank goodness drag has changed into like giving us spaces to get ready and all that kind of stuff. And again, I love the whole art of drag. I'm just a big proponent of local drag, because not all great talent is always discovered. Yeah. And it's just fun. I like to go to those seedy bars in the middle of nowhere and see these girls.
I was just telling a rude girl the other day. I couldn't tell you who it was, but I was just we have so many of them. I was just telling her the other day, one of my favorite things is when I'm booked at like some random bar in like Alabama, never been there before.
Yeah.
I go in and it's kind of like dark and you could smoke still. And you know, that just lit me up, honey. I can smoke and perform. Sign me up. And so you can smoke in the bar and then they give you these like little bitty dressing rooms and like the people there are always the funniest.
Oh, yeah.
The nicest. Maybe not the prettiest, but I love just seedy drag.
Yes.
I love it.
I do too. And I think that also says something about our community and where we've come from is that I feel very, like, I love performing at Lipstick because I feel very comfortable there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the biggest bar, but everybody there is just looking for a good time. And I feel like I can really just take my art and just show people what I got.
So do you prefer a bigger crowd or a smaller crowd? And by that, I mean, like, do you prefer, like, smaller venues or do you prefer to be at bigger venues?
I like both, but
do-
for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, I love a small, intimate moment, like, especially when you're, like, hosting, like, a private event, because you really get to know your audience that you're performing for, and then it's kind of like they are going along the journey with you, and those are fun, but I love a big venue as well. Like, I love, like, I like the big venues because you get so many different levels of people engaging, and, like, one time I was hosting this event and no one told me that there was a deaf meetup and they didn't have anyone there to like sign what I was saying. So I was just like talking on a microphone and like no one was like paying attention to me. And I was like, okay, I know I'm not like the best thing, but I thought that was a pretty funny joke and no one's laughing. No one's like, because no one could hear me and there was no one signing.
There was no interpreter.
There was no interpreter. And so I was like, I literally go backstage and I'm like, well, I really bombed and I'm so sorry. Like, and they're like, oh no, they're doing a deaf meetup. I go, no one told me that. Like, you literally just let me go and you didn't tell me
Y'all
that?
could have at least gave a bitch subtitles.
Like, yeah, give me something. And they just let me go. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, so you're like, but you get those in the local scenes. And that is like what makes great stories. And
That is, I did not know that. And that is a hilarious fucking story. I will say this though, you know, I don't know a second language, but if I could learn a second language, it would be American Sign Language, period.
Yes.
That or Spanish. I feel like those would be the two most useful.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we need to have more ASL.
Yes.
I think that should be mandatory in schools,
Yes.
truthfully.
And join us weekly on this podcast as Vanity learns sign language.
What'd you learn today? Poop.
I love that. But again, I think our whole point of this conversation was there are differences between media and there's differences between what's happening on live television with RuPaul, and then you have your local scenes.
yeah.
They're not the same. You're not going to get the same experience.
No.
One, our microphones that Van and I use, they're wireless. It's not television.
Yeah.
We can see you.
Yeah, right. And we will walk out in the crowd.
We will. We're gonna take.
I think the point is like there's something a little bit more enduring about your local scene that you're just never going to be able to capture on television. You see glimpses through certain entertainers, like Heidi N Closet is one of those that I think of. Like when she was first on the show, she was so local entertainer energy and like fabulous and just down to earth and just charming. And like you get glimpses of it, but for the most part, it's not going to hit the same way as when you see it live, loud, and in person.
For sure.
So, especially like, you know, working at Play, I'm blessed. I get to do like 6 numbers a night.
Yeah.
So you're not only just stuck seeing like one side of me. I have 6 opportunities to show you something different.
And you do every time.
And
I get amazed by it every time.
I try to. You know, like one number is a rock number, one number is like, you know, gospel, not really, but you know, like I love to be versatile and touch every aspect of the audience, but also give them a chance to see me from a different perspective.
I like that.
Instead of just being drunk by the bar, hitting on some old guy so he'll buy me free drinks.
Ooh.
And
there's the tea.
That's gonna be my tip.
That's going to be your tip.
That's gonna be my tip. I'll tell you how to do that.
Well, I think we wrapped up that conversation pretty well. You know what? I think we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back.
Kisses!
And welcome back to
Loose Lips.
and Lipstick.
Wow.
I'm Kennedy Ann Scott.
And I'm Vanity.
And it is now time for my favorite segment that we do. Petty Confessions. Ooh, let's be petty.
Let's do it.
Well, Van, what's your petty confession of the day?
I've actually got a juicy one.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And what's even funnier is I know exactly who this came from. This one will stay anonymous for you all, but it's not anonymous for us. But this one reads, my confession is, my ex-wife's ex-boyfriend said, let's read that again.
Yeah.
That got a little confusing already. My ex-wife's ex-boyfriend at the time said I would leave her for someone more sparkly. And 4 years later, I ended up leaving her to date a drag queen.
Oh my God.
What?
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's dissect that.
Yeah. My ex-wife's ex-boyfriend
said that I would leave her for someone more sparkly, in quotations.
Okay.
And they ended up dating a drag queen. They ended up
my
leaving her for a
gosh.
drag queen. I mean,
Interesting.
interesting.
But also, so you're really close to your ex-wife's boyfriend?
Ex-wife's ex-boyfriend?
Ex-wife's ex-boyfriend.
I want to know that scenario.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah.
I've had relationships, and we've obviously not ended. We ended it, and I still remain friends with my ex. So
Same.
Is that really that weird?
No, I think it's, well, especially being in the queer community, it's
Yeah.
small already. And I am friends with my exes as well.
Yeah.
So the community is too small to just be hateful or you not being in the same room or can't be in the same room or talk
Yeah.
to each other. So, I mean, I don't think it's weird for me, but I know other people are weird about that.
I think it also depends on how the relationship ends.
True.
For those of you who don't know, I used to date another drag queen local. Her name's Ivy St. James. Fabulous entertainer, by the way.
Love her.
And one of the sweetest fucking people I've ever met in my
Yeah.
life. I have nothing but good things to say about her. And, she's still one of my good Judies.
Yeah.
And we were together for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
And so when we finally, it was a very amicable split, and we decided we were going to separate and go our own ways. We really emphasized to each other that we wanted to stay friends and in each other's lives because that's how important each other's role was in our development.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not odd. I don't ever really want to be at odds with any of my exes, but
Yeah. I don't either.
there's always that one.
There is one that I don't talk to, and I can't be in the same room because of what they did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also understand that life is in our community is close quarters with everyone, and you can't always be.
Luckily, mine moved back to New York, so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, bye.
He makes the occasional appearance, and then I just kind of walk by, and I'll nod just to acknowledge his existence and show humanly godly respect.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not going to stop and have a kiki and
No.
catch up session. No.
No. Bye bye. Yeah. But then I think it's hilarious that they called this person out and was like, "You're gonna be with someone real sparkly."
You're gonna be. It makes me wonder: is this person a psychic? Because why would you use the term sparkly and then literally 4 years later, this person ends up dating a drag queen? What gets more sparkly than a drag queen?
Yeah.
A disco ball?
Yeah. Crazy. Unless it's like what if it's like a drag queen that does like camp only and they're not sparkly?
What if? But
But I just
it
love
could
the
be
thing.
you.
Oh. It
You're
could
single.
be.
Just
I'm
kidding.
single.
Yeah.
I'm single in the city, baby.
Single in the city. Except for that microphone, it might want to take you home.
I know this microphone keeps wanting to get on my shoulder real bad. But would you? Oh, here's a good question. That kind of, would you ever date another drag queen or king?
I'm currently dating a drag king.
Yes.
I am not one to. I'm an equal opportunist.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. I enjoyed dating another entertainer.
Yeah.
I really did. We had a lot of fun. It was great to have a creative mind to bounce off of. There's that term that a lot of girls say is like sister dick makes you sick or whatever. And I think that, I guess that's true to a degree, but like, I say fucking try it at least once in your lifetime. Girl,
Yeah.
have that kai.
Yeah, live the fantasy.
But don't do it just for the hookup. Do it for the relationship.
Yes.
Because that's where you'll see, I think your perception of that will change.
Ooh, interesting take.
Yeah.
And I always thought I was way too much for...
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine like dating another entertainer just because I know how much I am as an entertainer.
And that's the one thing that I will say is I think it's very important when you go into those kind of relationships with another entertainer. You have to realize that one is going to take it probably a little bit more seriously than the other. And it's not to say that the other person's not taking it serious. It's just, at least from my perspective and how my 2 relationships with entertainers have gone, is this was always my career. This was always my trajectory, was to be, a full-time entertainer. And unfortunately, I do think that when Ivy and I were together, she did have to kind of push herself to a backseat a little bit. And maybe that was detrimental to her. I don't really know. We haven't really had that conversation.
Yeah.
But I respect the fuck out of her for doing it.
Yeah.
And, RJ, a.k.a. Jackson Stone, this is a hobby. This is just a good time thing for him. He doesn't want to do anything probably further with it. I mean, he's not vocalized it. We've had conversations about him doing there's that Drag King television show now.
Yeah.
And we did talk to him about maybe if that was something he would be interested in doing. And he flat out told me, he was like, I don't have the creative mind that is required to be a part of something like that. And so unfortunately, I think if I did make it on that show, it wouldn't really be me on that show. It'd be a male version of you. And I said, that's so respectful. Like, that's so respectable, and I get that. So, yeah.
That is awesome. And also just like you being with people that know who they are and what they bring. Like, that's a thing
Or
too.
if it is something that you're both wanting to pursue full time, check your egos.
Yeah.
Remember that at the end of the day, you're each other's partner first.
Yeah.
And then you're each other's drag sister.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wish I would have realized sooner, maybe in Ivy and I's relationship. I just have a lot of reflection on our relationship, and I gleam about it because
Yeah.
But
that takes a big person to do that, to understand what your role was, what came to
hold yourself accountable on the places that you
accountability,
that you failed, or maybe you weren't your best, or you didn't do absolutely. So
I love that. Well, I have a petty confession.
I want to hear.
Oh, here we go. I think this is a good one. I was tired of my best friend, and it's in quotations, always posting photos where she looked great and I looked terrible. I started an Instagram account specifically for candid photos. I only posted the most mid-blink, double chin, sneezing photos of her. Then I told everyone it was a tribute to her natural beauty. Oh, honey, that is petty as hell. But here's my thing. So when you say best friend in quotations, I'm guessing they're not friends anymore. Or loose.
This is the loose part of loose lips.
But the fact that now I want to know, did the friend always like post only pictures where she looked good in and F everyone else? You know what I mean? Because we know those people.
Oh, yeah.
We know those people. And my thing is pretty petty.
That is very petty. Also slightly brilliant.
I think so too.
Slightly brilliant, but very petty. I want to know, is this like an entertainer, or is this just like some person off the street?
This was not an entertainer. The person who sent it to me was a girl.
Oh, okay.
So was like an actual cis woman.
So let's assume that the best friend is probably another cis woman.
Yes, that's what I'm assuming from this, because we are anonymous.
Yes.
But
that would be even more diabolical if it was a drag queen. That would be fucked.
That'd be fun. But I think we do have some of those going around town right now.
I could name a few off the top of my head. Vanity. Tracy Otomy.
Tracy. Oh, she's becoming a daddy now.
I love her.
I
miss her.
I do too.
My son
But
tried.
would you create this kind of account?
Well, as I mentioned, I think in our prior episode, I'm not really handsy with social media.
She's handing out flyers.
Yeah. I'm having a petition signed. No, I'm not really handsy on social media. Also, I'm too busy. I don't think, that's that's a different level of petty to create a separate social media account to just completely bash or like to diminish somebody else or to poke fun of, or that takes a whole different
That
route.
does take a lot of
And
time.
quite frankly, I'm too fucking busy and gay for that shit.
Yeah, but also the amount of energy.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if I would want that much energy of just...
it depends. Honestly, I guess it also depends on really how bad and how often and how, I mean, it would have to be really bad for me to want to do that. I would say it's a no for me. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't do
but I would definitely subscribe.
But what I would do is I would tell it on the mountains.
Tell it, baby, have you seen this?
Have you seen this? Oh,
yeah.
she thought this was cute to post of me sideways. Well,
Yeah.
let me show you from the backside.
Right. But I do, and I have to say, I do love the drama in the drag world. I do love, like, watching it unfold. It's really fun.
It's really fun.
But then there are those girls that take it too far, and you're like, okay, girl. Yeah, Vanity,
I'm that girl.
You take it too far.
I will just respond with the 3-letter word, and it pisses everybody off every time. Meh. Period.
Meh.
Meh.
Do better.
See you in hell, bitch.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, those were our petty confessions. These are petty confessions. I love it. And now we're into our tips
Or tricks.
or tricks. What is your tip for the day?
You would ask me this right at this moment because I had a really good one during our break and it completely slipped my fucking brain. As soon as you said tips, I went, oh, shit.
Oh, dang.
So why don't you go and I'll think of mine.
Okay. And that is what we call a pivot.
Look over there!
Look over there. Oh my gosh. Well, so I don't have a tip at the moment, but I was like thinking during break too of like a trick incident that I've had where I'm just going to be honest and upfront. Like, why, right?
Why not?
So
They can't see our face this episode.
no, they can't see our face, but oh my gosh. So a mortifying experience that I had one time with a trick was came over to my house and we did the deed. We got busy, and as he was pulling out, I farted, and and I'm just like sitting there like, oh my god, and like he's like looking at me and he goes, well, you know what the difference is between a refrigerator and a gay man's asshole? And I said, what? He goes, the fridge doesn't fart when you pull the meat out.
Gross.
And I literally just sat there and I was like, you can go home now.
Was it my dad?
No, it was
was a
my
dad
second
joke.
favorite uncle.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. No, it was
Emotional
just
damage.
yeah, emotional damage. Just a grinder friend.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah, and it was kind of like, oh God, that's when you like, this was not the time to make a joke, but it loosened the moment.
It eased the tension.
But that's just one trick story for you today.
Interesting.
You're like, and you chose that.
And you chose that.
Hey, baby, if it makes sound, it's still good.
That's why they call it a prowler. A growler, excuse me. It's a growler. Go ahead and call that Eartha Kitt.
Oh. Ooh, my cheeks hurt.
That vodka shot got me a little toasty.
Here she comes, the loose lips.
Right. My tip is gonna be if you decide to drink while being a part of a show, understand your limitations.
Ooh.
Understand your limitations, and it's okay. We all do it every once in a while to be messy and drunk on stage. But if I can't tell whether you're slurring your lyrics or not, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just be mindful of that. That's the tip of the day.
Yeah, but do you think, now, a lot of people who do it their first time get really drunk.
That's fine. I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
That's fine.
But at the same time, I've always told people too, like when you do your first song ever, you will black out on stage.
Absolutely.
You will black out, and not from alcohol, not from drinking. So be careful and mindful, because your first time you ever do it, you will black out on stage, because it will be so much.
overwhelming.
It's
so
very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And you're just going.
Your adrenaline's going, you're really excited.
But I like that you say, like, be mindful, like, know yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if you know that you're gonna be fine with 2 drinks, do 2 drinks.
Yeah.
But also another thing is you know, when you tuck and everything, and I still do old school method just because it works for me.
Yeah.
I know that there's gaff panties and all that kind of stuff, but I like old school way. But there's no way to pee when you're that. And a trick that I learned a long time ago was, if you just have like a shot that's just vodka or tequila or whatever you like, but none of the fillers, you won't need to go pee. You'll feel the effect, but you won't need to pee. So if you have a problem where you you know, have an overactive bladder.
Me.
Yes. You know, be careful of those little sugary fillers that you put with your shots and taking your shots.
Yes.
So, but I mean, like, get your thing. Like, if that's what you need, do it.
Here's the thing. I make no qualms. I'm very open and honest. I use alcohol as a way to help with my anxiety.
Yeah.
I suffer from crippling anxiety. It's gotten better in the last couple of years. But getting on stage sometimes is terrifying.
Yeah.
And there for a minute, I thought about quitting drag completely because it was that detrimental. But anyways, I do use alcohol, which is dangerous, as a coping mechanism. And I'm kind of known as the party girl, the wild child. I've taken that title and I ran with it. So I have been through every hoop and loop of that journey. I mean, there's been times where I've been probably too drunk to be on stage. That's why I'm saying know your limitations. Like, it's not a way of saying like, oh, you know, I saw somebody recently being a mess. It's
Tell it to her face.
I'm speaking from my own experience. Like, please be aware of your limitations.
Yeah.
And just be responsible, but be safe for yourself.
For sure. Because if you're speaking in cursive.
Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes it goes beyond calligraphy and it goes straight to crayon.
Or I love the girls who like get really sloshed on stage and then like whatever it looks like a bad dubbed film.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just not a good look.
It's not a good look.
Not a good look. And I've been there.
Yeah.
I was just there last night.
That makes sense.
So listen to Auntie Van when she says,
yes,
be respectful and know your limitations.
Oh my gosh. And thank you for that lovely tip.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll
And
give you the other one later.
Okay, I can't wait. And thank you, Kennedy, for being so vulnerable in that moment.
So vulnerable about your meat, your hot pocket.
Hot pocket. God. And these are the days of our lives.
These are the gays of our lives.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us on another exciting episode of Loose Lips and Lipstick. I'm one of your hosts, Kennedy Ann Scott.
And I'm the other one. What's her name?
Vanity.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry, dang, that shot hit you. Join us for another episode, and we can't wait to see you again or talk to you again.
Yeah. Or both.
Or both.
We have eyes and ears everywhere.
Yes. And don't forget to send in your petty confessions to us.
Yes. What's your social media?
Oh, my social media is at MS Kennedy Ann Scott. Miss Kennedy Ann Scott. And we will have our email set up soon for you to email us as well. And where can they email you?
They can get me at The Only Vanity on all of my social media platforms. And yeah.
Yes. Love you, gal.
Love you, gal.
Bye.
Got those loose lips speaking fast, a reputation built to last, with that dangerous allure.